future. Won't surrender, faith is like a fire that never burns to embers. The voice of the unheard. Love is the answer.
I gotta speak it, believe it, that's how I feel inside.
I can't sit here quiet.
You can take my heart, you can take my breath when you pry it from my cold dead chest.
This is how we rise up. Heavy as a hurricane, louder than a freight train. This is how we rise up. Heart is beating faster, feels like thunder. Magic static, call me a fanatic. It's our world, they can never have it. This is how we rise up. It's our resistance, you can't resist us. Can you hear me? Are you listening? Sleeping in the shadows could be making history. Through the fire, on the water, used to be a slave, but now you are a conqueror.
They can take my heart, they can take my breath when they pry it from my cold dead chest.
This is how we rise up. Heavy as a hurricane, louder than a freight train. This is how we rise up. Heart is beating faster, feels like thunder. Magic static, call me a fanatic. It's our world, they can never have it. This is how we rise up. It's our resistance, you can't resist us. We're rising up, rising up, we're rising up, rising up, we're rising up. This is how we rise up. It's our resistance, you can't resist us. This is how we rise up. Heavy as a hurricane, louder than a freight train. This is how we rise up. Heart is beating faster, feels like thunder. Magic static, call me a fanatic. It's our world, they can never have it. This is how we rise up. It's our resistance, you can't resist us. And good evening, everybody. Welcome to Straight Talk with Joe Vollano. And there's a reason why that song, our greatest song ever created, was just played. And there's a reason why that flag is still standing there, sitting there, looking at you. Because, ladies and gentlemen, that's what's next. That's what's next for our social justice warriors. What you're looking at right now is what they're after. That is the next target. And I'll be damned. I'll be damned if that's going to happen. I told you guys this is all about politics. This doesn't have anything to do with
minorities, them being so-called held down. That's not what this is about. This is all about politics and money. The flag needs to be changed because it's been subject to slavery. It's been subjected to slavery and all this other kind of stuff. That's what it represents. At least that's what the social justice warriors want you to believe. That this flag right, that you just saw is representative of slavery. Huh. Last time I checked, it was that flag. Maybe not an exact one because there weren't as many states. But that flag is what saved this country. But this is their next target. And they think it should be changed because they're saying there should be 2 more stars on there. There should be 2 more stars on there. One for Puerto Rico and one for the Washington, D.C. This whole thing is coming so clear to me now. Granted, it was, listen, I know these crazy liberals like the back of my hand. So none of this is surprising to me. But now they're just coming out publicly and saying it. Because, hell, what do they care? They get everything they want. They're getting everything they want. So why not try to change the friggin' flag? Why not? Statues are removed. Songs not being played. Syrup bottles being removed. You have a new federal holiday. And now, why not? Why not have a set of balls to go after the American flag? But again, it's these very few that are trying to really dictate to the many on what is and what is not acceptable in America. Because nobody's fighting back against them. You have weak politicians who are too afraid to step back, to stand up to them. So they step back and they sit down. They don't want to be called a racist. They don't want to be called a bigot. So why not? If you're a social justice warrior, why not go after the flag? I mean, hell, it doesn't get no bigger symbol than that flag. There is no bigger symbol than right there on your screen. This is what America is. But they don't believe in that. They don't believe in that. So I've been getting a lot of emails about last week's show. Some interesting ones, to say the least. But they wanted me to comment on a quick RJ article that came out on the Wallingford Juneteenth celebration. And I did find it very interesting, some of the comments that were made. And, of course, our majority leader, Sonia Jelks, was there, of course, you know, biggest social justice warrior of all of them. Biggest, I would say the biggest racist in the city. But this is what she said, and this is her quote. It means so much for this country to finally acknowledging its history, its true history, Jelks said. We hope that we can use this moment, use this day to continue to educate and work on eradicating racism and discrimination that has plagued this country since its inception. Let's break that down. Let's go for the first sentence there. It means so much for this country to finally acknowledging its history, its true history. What are we acknowledging on the 19th? We're acknowledging that white people came into Texas to free the final slaves. That's what we're acknowledging, because that's what it is. We're not acknowledging the end of slavery. That happened back in 1862. So we're not acknowledging that. So what are we acknowledging? What is the true history? The true history is that this country went to war. The true history is apparently white people went to war to free black people. That's what happened. So that is the true history, but that's not the history that they want to teach you. We hope that we can use this moment, use this day to continue to educate and work on eradicating racism and discrimination. Let's break down the first part of it. We hope to use this moment, use this day. What do we always talk about on this show? What do liberals love to do? What do social justice warriors love to do? Never let a crisis go to waste. Never. Never. So why not use this moment? Why not use this day to push our political agenda? You know, I asked this question last week. Why, when we're talking about Juneteenth, did they unveil a bust of George Floyd and put him as a hero? And I mentioned that if you were looking at it from the outside and knowing his rap sheet, there is no way in hell you could call George Floyd a hero. Ever. He is not. Far from it. Again, was his death tragic? Yes. Was it inappropriate? Yes. Are those people going to be held accountable? Yes. But he is no hero. Pistol whipping pregnant women? Drugs? Resisting arrest multiple times? That's a hero? But, as I said, if you're looking at it through a social justice warrior's point of view, he is a hero to them because he is what has allowed his death, how tragic it was, is the reason and the catalyst behind all the bullshit you're seeing since then. All of it. And we still, well, not we, some still allow for that nonsense to happen. We still allow them to use a false narrative to attack our police officers and to apparently attack our flag. Because most people are afraid to stand up. Not I. I told you, I'll sit here every week and we could go to war. No problem. I do not fear them. I do not fear what they will say about me. I do not fear what they think about me. Could care less. So they continue to educate. So we want to continue to educate and work on eradicating racism and discrimination that has plagued this country since its inception. Okay, let's look at that. Let's look at that. Last time I checked, we were eradicating racism. And it seems that over the last 2 years, 3 years, it has been the left that has done nothing but try to add racism to everything. Everything is about race. You can't do anything without it being thought about as of race. So if we want to eradicate racism, I think Morgan Freeman said it perfectly. Stop talking about it. Stop talking about it. Because it is not widespread in this country. This country has come a long way since the end of slavery and since the 1960s. But these social justice warriors, again, have a political agenda and they're making money off of division. That's what they do. And that's what they're trying to continue to do. Like I said last week, if Juneteenth was the end-all be-all, we were done with this race nonsense, I'd be for it. But I knew it was only a matter of time before they moved on to their next target. And it literally took 2 days. It literally took 2 days. And if you want to end discrimination, are we ending discrimination on both sides? They talk about systemic racism. Are we doing that on both sides? So are we getting rid of affirmative action? Are we getting rid of that now? Because that's not for everybody. That's discrimination. That's discrimination against other races. Is that gone now? Are you for getting rid of it? Are we getting rid of all the special loans and grants afforded to minorities? We got to make it even, right? We got to be equal. Or do you want it only equal for you? You got to pick. You can't talk out of both sides of your mouth. You either want it to be equal for everybody or equal for nobody. But see, these are the conversations they don't want to have. These are the conversations that they want to have with themselves. They want to dictate. They want to have a one-way conversation. So they want to dictate to you what is or what is not discriminatory or racist. And if you dare to push back, they will immediately call you a racist because 99% of the time, it will shut the conversation down. Unless you call them on their bullshit and you turn around and say, no, you could do that all day, but that's not the facts. And they don't like that. And that's when the cancel culture tries to take you out. Well, you're more than welcome to come after me anytime you want. So they had this little shindig on, I think it was at Fishbane Park in Wallingford. And again, here was another liberal. He actually teaches Young Minds Mush over at Choate. And he thinks this is absolutely terrific. I think this is perfect timing. I think this is one step in bringing an unknown chapter out into the open. What unknown chapter has been brought out into the open? Did we all not know that we had slavery in this country? I think that was pretty much out in the open. I think we've been talking about it for over a century now. What has been brought out into the open? Other than the racism coming from the other side. That's what's been brought out into the open. All the facts about slavery and civil rights and social justice, that's all been out there forever. That's not an unknown chapter. What's an unknown chapter is how crazy you liberals are and how you're trying to fundamentally change this country. That's what you're trying to do. That's the unknown chapter that's now out in the open. And now that it's out in the open, what are we going to do about it? Are we going to accept it? Apparently, some politicians have come to that assessment and said that we're just going to accept what it is. Or are we going to sit there and say, no, this country is the greatest country in the world because it gives everybody opportunity? You're not guaranteed nothing in this country. If you put in the hard work, you could get to be whatever you want. And that's a fact. It's ridiculous. And then came the great Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro from New Haven. Now she says, I really think it really is a moment, and I think a transformative moment in history of this country. I'm sorry. I thought 1865, when we, again, got rid of slavery all the way around, I thought that was a transformative moment in history. I don't know, what the hell did they do? What did they do right now? What did they do right now in this moment that's transformative? What have they done? They have done nothing. It looks like I'm going to lose my camera here, unfortunately. So you guys just going to have to listen to me. But what have they done? They have done nothing. Absolutely Nothing. But they want you to think they have. They want you to think they have done something. Because, again, this is all pushing that political agenda. She continued on. It's indicative that we understand what has gone on in our society. There is no going back to normal. Our role is to be able to go forward. So is your forward thinking so I'm taking what she considers going forward is separating this country based on race, based on, your monetary status. That's what they see as moving forward. It's absolutely ridiculous. And this was the picture. Since you're not going to see my camera, at least I can still give you guys some. But this was the pictures that were taken after the event. And do you guys notice something strange there? I noticed something strange. I noticed that's our councilwoman. That's our councilwoman. Last time I checked, she was standing within 6 feet of people. I thought that wasn't allowed. I thought that's why they couldn't come back to live sessions. That's what we were told. We were told you can't come back to live public meetings because you never know. So why is it now all of a sudden that she could sit there in another meeting in an outdoor environment, sitting here within 6 feet of everybody, and she's perfectly fine? I find that to be a little odd. But of course, she don't care. She'll just put blame like she normally does on everybody else. Well, no, it's the city manager. I'm sorry, last time I checked, you were the boss of the city manager. The council is the boss of the city manager. If you guys want to have live meetings, you can. The Board of Ed has been doing it. Why not you? Because they are deathly afraid of dealing with us. You see what's going on in the country. You have people waking up and going to even Board of Ed meetings. Look at some of these Board of Ed meetings. They're unbelievable. I love it. They're going to Board of Ed meetings and people are finally waking up. And I think that's great. That's what needs to happen. They need a good kick in the ass. And that means people need to show up. So hopefully that's what people continue to do. And I'm hoping that's what we do here in the city of Meriden. This cannot go on. This cannot go on. We're at a crossroads here that is a very, very dangerous place to be at. And only we can change it. Only we. So I'm hoping that we can save, if not the country, at least the city. Because these people are going absolutely out of their mind. So you guys are going to get a wide view today. Bang. Now you guys get to actually really see the whole setup here. I know it's a different view. I still got my shorts on though, because I have been going crazy for the last week. Mr. Sharon and I have been going nonstop, trying to get everything done because I'm taking off tomorrow. But so But so I'm still in my shorts. I ran inside. I threw on a new shirt, thinking I was going to have this beautiful camera right here, and now I'm using this one with the wide. So, hi everybody. You're getting an all around view of the lights and everything else. So I apologize, and all the great wiring. But there are a lot of good things going on, though. But I almost forgot, for all you new viewers out there, because I see we have some new viewers out there. I'm Joe Vollano. I am your host and your guiding light through this this craziness that's going on in our country, in our state, in our city. And we really just got to figure this out and come together to try to stop this nonsense. But if you want to be part of the show, as always, feel free to call in 203-679-9610, and that will get you straight into the show. Or you can email us at straighttalkjv@gmail.com. I always take a look at the emails throughout the show. And of course, as always, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, you can always join the comments. And there is Paul over there on the YouTube channel. Usually he's there by himself, feeling lonely. Everybody else is usually over here on Facebook. But if you want to call in 203-679-9610. It's always a pleasure to talk with all of you. Other than that, you guys could just sit here and listen to me jab, as I normally do. So, and a part of me, if I reach for the cough button every once in a while, for some reason I've been coughing, and I don't know why. But so that, and I always have my handy dandy pineapple juice standing by, just in case. So, let's talk about something that I've been dying to talk about all day long. All day. Since I heard about it a couple of days ago. So, everyone knows that the city of Meriden has had a police survey, public safety survey being circulated around on the internet. And we've been talking about it here on this show. And when the Use of Force Committee put this ridiculous thing together, we made sure that we pushed it as much as we can to the people that, we reach. And trust me, that Use of Force Committee and the liberals on it tried pushing it to their people too. Well, I have found out, and I have put in a Freedom of Information Act request to get all of the surveys that came out, that people submitted, because they are part of public record and they are subject to FOIA regulations. So I'm going to get my hands on all of them, and I want to dissect them myself. But from what I've been seeing, that we had over 530 responses to the public safety survey, with, ready for this, an over 90% positive response rate to the police. Let me rephrase that. Let me say it again, so in case you didn't hear it. 90%, over 90% of the responses were positive to the Meriden Police Department. It is unbelievable. Now, again, I'm not shocked, because the department does a tremendous job. Every single officer out there should feel very proud of what they do every day. And they should take away from this that the public and the citizens of Meriden have your back. We have your back. I told you that these idiots were going to overdo it. They were going to go too far And they are going to pay the price for it. That day has come. That day has come. But we all know what's going to happen. Well, you might not know what's going to happen. But again, I know liberals, like I said, better than the back of my hand. I know what they're going to do because they're so predictable. They're going to try to hide all the positives, and they're going to laser focus on the negatives. But what we're going to find out is that those people that did negatives, most of them have a rap sheet. Most of them do. So yeah, of course I hate the police. Why would you hate the people that are coming out after you? But I told you they would overreach, and they were gonna bring this crap too far. Now they have a choice to make. Now they have a choice. Because they meet again on Monday, which means I get to do 2 shows. I get to do 2 shows on this subject before they meet. And I told you, I will spend money to make sure every single person in the city of Meriden knows about what's going on. And I am already telling you right now, I am committed to making sure that everybody in Meriden sees what is going on here before Monday. And I'm going to use social media, and I'm going to use digital ads everywhere. And I already let me apologize already in advance. Because I already put the ads together. And come after this show, they're going to hit the air. And I have bought enough space. I have bought enough ad space and enough clicks that every time you go on Facebook or YouTube or any other freaking thing, you're going to see it. You're going to see it. You're going to see this show. You're going to see this episode. You're going to see statistics. I am going to plaster it everywhere. Everywhere. Because I want to make sure that people know and people understand what they are trying to do. And this whole thing is going to collapse from underneath them. I'm going to ensure it does. I am going to make sure to the day I die, to my last breath sitting here behind this microphone, that this whole thing collapses underneath them and they all implode with it. And we'll get some real leadership in this city that will try to put the pieces back together. Because they have done real harm to the citizens of Meriden. They have done real harm to the reputation of this city. All the further their political agenda. Just to further a political agenda. They have put the biggest race baiter and racist in control of the Meriden City Council. And she is going to take it straight to the fucking ground. And everybody that put her there is going down with her. They are going down with her. You have hitched your wagon to her. And for that, you will pay the ultimate political price. I ensure that. I will make sure of it until I am friggin' broke. I am out of breath. You will be held accountable for everything you are trying to do. For everything you tried to do. Because the public sees right through it. Sees right through it. I told you, you wanted this war. You got it. You got this war. And anyone who knows me knows I come for the jugular. I'm coming straight for you. This is the first step. Your days are numbered. I assure you that. Our police department, again, I can't thank you enough for all the great work you do. And ladies and gentlemen of the police department, I applaud you. I applaud you. Because through all of this shit, you guys have stood up and did your job honorably and with integrity. Because I don't know any other organization that could do such a thing under the circumstances. And it's also just great leadership in the police department. From Chief Rosado all the way down. Because I'm sure morale was quite low. In fact, I know it was. But due to the great leadership of the Meriden Police Department, they kept it together. That's why I also get to say even some more great news. There's even more great news, ladies and gentlemen. We ain't done yet. We're not done yet. Because we have another great award. So I'm going to read this aloud, and then we're going to talk about it. Please help me congratulate Detective Sergeant Wagner. The American Legion has selected Detective Sergeant Wagner as Law Enforcement Officer of the Year. Law Enforcement of the Year for the state. This award is only given to one law enforcement official in the state every year. So this is quite an honor. And yes, it is. Yes, it is. This is a hell of an honor. This is a hell of an honor. Detective Sergeant Wagner is certainly deserving of this award with his efforts he has made supervising and directing CSU to combat the violent crime activity, firearms-related offenses, and drug trafficking throughout the city of Meriden. CSA is the Crime Suppression Unit, in case you didn't know what CSU means. So they go after all the gangs. They go after the drugs. They go after the guns. And they've done a tremendous job. All you have to do is read the papers. A large number of individuals have been taken into custody and brought to justice. Now the problem is, can we keep them in jail where they belong? And that's where our state comes in. Who keeps letting the judges keep letting them down for low bails and bonds. And they're right back out on the streets for Detective Wagner and his team to sit there and have to go after once again. The continuous number of firearms seized and large narcotics seizures are impressive for the unit, and they are. His success is a result of his leadership style, guidance, and willingness to work in partnership with others. Now, I'm hoping that is the community in these neighborhoods finally reaching out and helping the police put an end to the violence in their neighborhoods. Because that's how you get rid of violence in your neighborhoods, by working together in partnership. And there goes my other camera. I think there's something going on here. I think somebody's, I don't know. Oh, it seems like all my cameras like to go out at one time, and it's usually during some of these shows. It's very, very odd because they're both fully charged. Odd. I don't know what it is. But again, you guys get to hear me anyways, so you'll focus more on that. He always gives credit to his detective and officers working under his supervision. So I want to thank them for all providing great service to this community and always going above and beyond. This award is not possible without their hard work. Absolutely phenomenal job. Like he said, not even just from Detective Wagner, but from his whole team. And for every officer and support staff who helps them do their jobs. It's absolutely a team effort. Anyone who knows anything about law enforcement knows it's a team effort. There is no one single officer or detective or sergeant, lieutenant, chief, all the way up that could do it alone. And the police department can't do it alone. It is truly a partnership. It is a partnership between the community, the police. And I hope it stays that way, even though we have crazy, stupid politicians up in City Hall that don't know their head from their ass trying to get in the way. I also find it funny that most of those counselors reached out to Detective Wagner and the police department and gave praise. Gave praise. Oh, great job. You're so, congratulations. You truly are. You don't even like them. You don't think that these police officers see right through your bullshit? Don't patronize them. They know how you feel about them. That's why I hate politicians. I truly do. I hate politicians. Because it's what I said now, not what I said before. Oh, no. Yeah, I called you. I told you guys were out just looking to beat people up and kill minorities. But no. I'm saying congratulations today. That's all you should focus on. Congratulations. You did a great job. And you expect these police officers, again, all due respect to these police officers, they will shake their hands and they will reply, "Thank you so much. We do, They'll play this political game because they have to. But I'll call it the way I see it. It's bull. You don't care. In fact, if anything, you despise it because it's just one more thing that goes against you pushing your false narrative. You can't push that narrative when detectives in the own police department are getting statewide awards. You can't push your bullshit false narrative when you have 90% of the responses from your stupid survey going positive towards the police. Which is why I'm so interested on Monday to see how they attack this. And this is why they're trying to go so quick with it. They're trying to push up their agendas so that they can push this through because there's too much good stuff coming out about the police department, which is why I love that I have 2 shows before they meet. They have 2 shows before they meet. We have 2 shows to sit there and put this out there, to let people know where it is. So when they try to push something, people are going to sit there and go, wait a minute. I just saw this that 90% of the city agrees that the police department is doing a great job. So they're going to be like, how can you push this? How can you push this agenda and this narrative when everything is telling you that it's BS? Because it is. That's due to you guys. That's due to everybody out there, everyone that's listening to this show right now. This is a win. This is a huge win. This is a huge win for the Meriden Police Department and for the citizens of this great city. It is a win you should all be proud and excited about. You should be extremely excited about it. But this is just one battle. We haven't won the war. Remember, a war is just many, many battles. And this is just the first one that we've won. They will try to push. They will try to push something. And it's our job to stop it. We've kicked the ball back to them. We have now kicked off. We scored our touchdown. We're kicking back off to them now. Now let's wait to see what they do with it. Because I assure you this, council, and I assure you this use of force committee, we ain't going anywhere. And we have a hell of a defense. And we all know what wins championships. Defense wins championships. And I'm excited about the team we have. And you could try trick plays all you want. Try trick plays all you want. It's not going to work. Tell Tom. I knew somebody was going to bring it up. Tell Tom Brady that. Hey, even Tom Brady has lost championships. So, but he is the greatest of all time. I'll give you that. So, all right. Minus Tom Brady. Whatever. We've had a huge victory here, and we need to capitalize on it. And I think in the next week or so, maybe even Monday night, maybe we'll have a rally outside City Hall. And we already know that the counselors aren't going to be there. The counselors aren't going to be there. Do you know what we should do? Throw some ideas. This is something for everybody here. Let's think about this. I think we should all join in on the meeting on Monday night and put our 2 cents in. They have to read them all. They have to read them all. If we get enough people there to write, let's keep them there all night. I have no problem with that. We should all be on that. And we should let them sit there and talk about it. So, I had another conversation with, again, and I give much respect. I know we see things differently, but I will give much respect to Deputy Mayor Cardona. While I think he's hitched this wagon way too hard, and I think he will end up suffering just along with them. As I tell everyone, listen, it's your vote. You're going to sink with the ship just as much as everybody else. So while I respect the fact that he actually answers when I talk to him, I think it's sad to say that, you know, he's going to fall along with the rest of them. But I give him respect for actually reaching out and actually talking back with me. And I asked him why the city council was not meeting in person. And the response, obviously, I already knew that the response I was going to get. And that's, you know, I'm not going to read the whole thing because, you know, it's personal stuff between him and I. But I will give you some cliff notes here. They want to, some of them want to mirror what the Board of Ed is doing, and that is, you know, doing live meetings. Now, the thing is that Sonia Jelks and the rest of them are trying to go for what the city manager and health department wants. And that's 70% vaccination rate in the city. Well, you can't force people to get vaccinated. And are you telling me that if we never reach 70%, we're never having in-person meetings ever again? That's just one more question for Councilwoman or Minority Leader Jelks to come on the show and answer. But she ain't never going to answer that. She's never going to come on the show. But if you have any questions, you could always call in. You could always be on this show, 203-679-9610, or you could email at straighttalkjv@gmail.com. I'm always in for good conversations. I love good conversations. And it doesn't have to be a comfortable exchange. You guys can sit there and say whatever you want, and I will give you guys my opinion on what you're saying. So again, 203-679-9610 if you feel free to give us a call. But I'm extremely excited, and I gotta say, I was relieved. I was relieved when I heard. I was very relieved knowing that there's still hope for this city. I always knew there was. But now, I'm hoping that this survey has woken people up. I hope this has woken our city up. Like it has all across this nation. This critical race theory that they're trying to push in our public schools. Look at Board of Education meetings now across this country. It's phenomenal. People are waking up and saying, no, this is not right. Like I said, kudos to our Board of Ed who has said no to this. And like I said, it should stay that way. So kudos to them. Kudos to the Board of Ed. They've done a fine job. But now we still have to keep our focus on the council. Because this council is so far left. So far left. They're almost going around in a circle. It's almost like a boomerang. And I'm hoping that every citizen in this city steps up and says, no, we're not going to do that. No, we don't agree that our police department is racist. No, we don't believe that 68% of the city is racist. No, we do not agree with the council trying to put the perception out there that Meriden has problems with race and police brutality when there is no evidence to it. And no, we do not agree with Majority Leader Jelks' leadership. We do not agree with it. We will not stand for it. But like I said, I'm always willing. And again, sorry, Councilwoman Jelks, I know you're listening. I'm saying we can have a town hall meeting at one of the high schools, and we will take questions from the audience. You could bring all your supporters, and me and you will have a discussion back and forth. It will be respectful. You know where I stand with you. I know where you stand with me. So let's have this discussion. You want to talk about race? You want to talk about social justice? Let's have this debate. Let's have this discussion. We'll do it live. We'll stream it everywhere. Me and you. Or are you going to hide? Are you going to hide? Because that's what you're good at. You're good at hiding. You're good at not facing opposition head on. You want to have a one-way conversation. You want to have a one-way conversation. You don't want someone smacking back at you with facts. because facts don't care about your feelings. They don't care about your false impressions of what you think of our police department or what you think about the citizens of this city. Let's do it. Anytime, any place you wish. Anytime. All you have to do is say when. Because I'm your Huckleberry. Anyone know what movie that was from? Their game is up. It's up. The jig's up. Now everybody in Meriden knows what you're doing. Everybody. You threw the survey out there and it backfired in your face. As it should have. As it should have. So, like I said, we've kicked the ball back to you. What you want to do. And I'm going to have more stats on it on Sunday. We're going to discuss this again on Sunday. And we're going to add some more facts to it and some more details on it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward even more to Majority Leader Jelks letting me know when we're going to debate, when we're going to have a conversation. You could even have a third party. I'll give you this. I'll go one step farther. I'll go one step farther for you. You could even have the Meriden, Wallingford, and NAACP moderate it. There you go. Those are your buddies. Kim Fisher and them, who happens to be on the Use of Force Committee, ironically, huh? I will let them moderate it. And me and you can have a nice discussion back and forth. Now, I will say I am going to put it on my Straight Talk. My Straight Talk will broadcast it live. But you guys can moderate it. And me and you will have that discussion. And we'll discuss everything. Anything's on the table. Anything you want. So now the ball's in your court, madam. And you let me know where it went. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so proud of all of you today. I'm always proud of you. But today I'm especially proud. Because today we found out that everybody loves their police department. Well, 90% of them. If you're a criminal, you don't like the police department, which you're going to find out in those surveys. And I can't wait to get my hands on them. All 530 plus of them. And I will get my hands on them. And I will go through and we're going to dissect them and we're going to see what's what. Guys, it's a tremendous win. It's one small victory, but it's a step in the right direction, as they would say. So again, like I said, Sunday we'll meet up again, and we'll get into some more details on the actual specifics of it, and we'll talk about them. And I'll wait for Councilwoman Jelks to. You could email me, Councilwoman, at straighttalkjv. Here, let me put it up for you. straighttalkjv@gmail.com. You could, by all means, or one of your aides or whoever is working for you or doing whatever you want, they could simply email me and I will graciously respond, and you guys could set it up. And like I said, you could have the Meriden, Wallingford, NAACP moderate it. I'm all for that. I don't care who does it because, like I said, facts don't matter. Don't care about your feelings or your false narratives. So, and we'll let the public decide on either way and how they believe it, because I know that we will win. But you could try to prove me wrong. So straighttalkjv@gmail.com. You can email me there. I will respond quickly. So, ladies and gentlemen, as always, I love you guys. You guys have done a tremendous job. You always do. You guys always come through. I think that's what's made this show so successful, is the fact that, when we're done here, it doesn't end here. This is not where we end. We take it back to the streets, and we take it back to our friends and our family and our circle of influence, and we take it straight back to these politicians. That's what we do. That's what we have to do. But until next time, I love you. God bless you. And God bless our Meriden Police Department and this country. Love yous.